AssemblyTV is here at the ASUS booth, learning about the basics of overclocking. Extreme overclocking is gaming industry's Formula 1. It can be done safely without hardware, but if you really want to get kicks out of it and break records, you have to go extreme. I have here overclocking expert. Hi, could you introduce yourself and tell me how you got involved to overclocking?
My name is Marcus, aka Kink, and basically I just got a lot of free time and I was building computers a lot and got more and more interested in 3D Mark and pushing the scores, and it just went away with first air and the way to liquid nitrogen, so basically that's how it started out.
Okay, what's the general idea behind the overclocking? What's the process in a nutshell?
At the beginning it's to get more power for less money. So you buy cheaper stuff and you clock it to more expensive stuff to be as good as it. But at my level, when you're doing that, you get to a level where it becomes a sport, where you just want to get higher scores for the thrill of it. And there is basically no use for it. You just get a lot of performance, which just is a lot of fun to watch and to experience, just like Formula 1 or drag racing or those motorsports. It's the same thing but with computers.
What makes overclocking extreme? Is there rules for the competitions?
Extreme overclocking is when you use, you can say sub-zero temperatures on the hardware. Like you cool down the CPU to minus 100 degrees and the graphics cards as well. And when you really push it, and you just push it for the thrill of the performance you can see in benchmarks like 3D Mark. That's basically it.
Is there any rules for the competition?
The rules is set by the benchmarks, like 3D Mark again. It's you just run the benchmark and the benchmark will take care of everything, the authentication, that it's no cheating involved. The benchmark takes that you get a save file which you upload to a database, which then again gets checked by the database so it's true, so you can see. And for championships there is always like judges that can see and if there's any cheating going on, so it's a fair game. So and the rules are set by the benchmarks, and it's kept by the benchmark and judges in championships.
Yeah, thank you. And what if this hardware acceleration is not your thing? You don't want to do the overclocking by buying liquid nitrogen. Is there any other way, like software or something, which can help the people at home to overclock their computers?
Yeah, I mean, even extreme overclocking we do with software tools. We have no hardware tools at all anymore. The only hardware tool we have is tweak it on Rampage to Extreme, which is it's software on board in the hardware. You use a controller directly on the motherboard, which controls the software, which controls the BIOS. But there also are features like Turbo V, which is ASUS software, which will let you adjust anything. You can overclock your memory, your CPU, and also there is the same kind of software for the graphics cards called Voltage Tweak, which is featured on a lot of graphics cards these days. And they are very user-friendly, and if you take it slow, basically anybody can do it to start out. So there is software is the main way to overclock these days. Yeah.
What is the safest way to start? Should you go to water cooling, air cooling, or what is the safest way for the home user to start overclocking?
It's air cooling, I would say. You can buy, when you buy a CPU, you get a generic, pretty standard CPU cooler, which it has a headroom, so you can clock it a bit to get a feel of it, how it works. And then you can buy a third-party cooler, which is much better than the one you get with the CPU, and see the difference. And after that you can move to water cooling, even phase change, or if you want to go extreme and make it a sport, you can go with liquid nitrogen, or even dry ice works as well.
Okay, thanks for the interview and good luck in future with the overclocking.
Yeah. Thank you.